today, so I'm not visible. Okay, let me try once. Okay, so it's okay. And so welcome to day 5, and we are going to start on day 5, and we're going to complete CSS Grid today, and that's it. And some of you were asking for the projects. I'm soon going to have a projects also on the channel. So projects also will be certification. This projects will also be certification. So you do the project, see our live classes, do the projects, and it is not like that you have to do it that day only. We are going to provide a Google form. You see those projects, do it anytime, and you just tell us that okay, we have filled the Google form, we have done the project, give us your GitHub link, we'll check it and give you the certificate. As simple as it. Because I want more people to do the project so that they can showcase this that on LinkedIn and they can get the job. That is the only way to get a job. Okay, so showcase the project on your LinkedIn, and already so many people have got the jobs like that. Okay, so let's get started with last day of CSS, and we will complete CSS Grid today. Yes, I'll do a new folder and do a grid 5. Okay, grid 5. What is going? Okay. Grid 5. I'll do a new folder, just a new folder, and then open the VS Code. Drag this grid 5. Okay. Hope I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Hello all. Nobody's there today, I think. Okay, so it's no problem. So they will watch it later on. Index.html and style.css. Index.html will go, and here let us make it like this. Maybe increase the font size a bit, and CSS Grid 5. Grid 5, I think. Okay. Okay. So what? Okay, so first thing which we are going to do is a very fun thing. We are going to create the legendary masonry layout. So what is this masonry layout? Masonry layout are coming from something known as masons. Masons are the people who lays those bricks, and those bricks sometimes are in different shapes. So that's why it is known as a masonry layout. A very popular example is a Pinterest site. There is a social media network known as Pinterest. I think most of people you don't know about it, but someone you might know. So in that social media, what happens? The shapes are of different sizes, and it is random. So that is very difficult to achieve in CSS, but through CSS Grid there is a very cool way to achieve it. They have actually created something to achieve it in CSS Grid, and we are going to do that thing. Okay, so let us do that thing. And for that, first I'll have a lot of like bits I'm going to have like this many. Okay, save it. Then we are going to have a common thing which which are doing for the past 2 days. So this I'm going to have, save it, and then let me go live and go live like this, and I'll open it here. So it is showing like this. Okay, so it is showing like this because I have not linked my index.html with style.css. So let me link it. Link css style.css, save it, and it will come like this 70 things are there. Okay, so that is there. And now what we need to do? Okay, so again the first thing which you need to do is to make it a grid. So I will come here, and then the dot container as display grid as, and a cap of 20px, and save it. So it will be like this. Okay, so it will be like this 70, it will be like this. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make some repeated columns. Okay, so I am going to do a grid template column and repeat. We have seen all these things repeat 10 and 1 fr. I'm going to do 1 fr, save it, and 1 fr. It will show like this. Okay, 10, and it will show like this. Now we'll add some irregularities in our project. In our project, we'll add some irregularities. So how do we add some irregularities? I think you are attending for the first time. Someone is telling speak a bit slow. One sec. One sec. Let me open. I'm not able to see all of the comments. Let me open this stream in my mobile also. Okay, so that is there. So grid template column, repeat 10 and 1 FR I have done. So now what I will do, as I've told, I will add some irregularities. So I will add some irregularities with everything is as like an item. Everything has got its item. So I'll go here and do a dot item and nth child and 6n means the table of 6, 12 and all those things. Okay, so that will be like this, and then I'll do a background of so sorry that Jagdish, this is day 5. Okay, so you have to go back a bit, means watch yesterday's thing and you'll go back. So this is the last day of the CSS. Okay, so you have to go back and you have to learn that 1FR. What is that 1FR? Yesterday, I think yesterday's video only have shown all those things. So go back and see yesterday's video. You'll learn what is 1FR. So that is a CSS Grid thing. Okay, so background is like this is like a certification course, means we do everything, like everything from starting. I've even taught a Flexbox. Okay, corn flower blue is there, and then and grid column is like span of 6. So this is also something which I've seen yesterday. Span of 6 I've done. So what it will do, I will save it and see every sixth one, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, it will span till 6. Okay, so this is done. Now we'll add some more irregularities like dot item and nth child and 8n and background is tomato and grid column is span of 2. Save it and it will made like this. Okay, so the last one we are going to add is the dot item and child and 9n and background is lawn green and grid row. This will be grid row. This will be grid row and a span of 2. Grid row and a span of 2. I'll save it and see it will be like this. Okay, so it is grid row which we have seen. So we can see there are, although it is looking good, but there are a lot of empty spaces. Like here is empty space, here is empty space. A lot of empty spaces are there already. So how to fix this empty space and to make it a perfect that masonry layout? So what is there in your grid? They have something special not to fix this thing, which is like a grid auto flow as dense. Grid auto flow as dense I will take and save it and see all of it is fixed. So it is taking anything, it is taking anything possible in its case to fix it. So 8 is there, 9 is there, and it is fixed. And this is how the perfect masonry layout is made with grid. Okay, only with this much code, only with actually this code we have made the perfect masonry layout. Okay, so this is how good it looks. So that is there, the masonry layout, just a small thing. So now the next thing which we are going to do is the main thing. See, this was the one of the main topic in CS in Flexbox. So what was the grid alignment and centering, like the justify content and all those things. But grid is so big that this is the last topic of grid. So we have learned so many things before this also, like grid column and all those things, grid rows and even the grid template areas and then min max and all those things we have learned. So that's why grid is more powerful. So this is also a main topic in grid, but beside this also there are a lot of other topics in grid. Okay, so like that it is there. So let us now, I will do it in another thing. So I will close it and I will come here and new folder, grid 6 I'll do, and then come here, grid 6 will be done. That is again the, and I will give the code for all of this thing today. Today is the last day. I will give the code for it. Index.html and style.css, CSS grid 6 link style.css is there. And now what we are going to have, we are going to have again a lot of items. Okay, here like this 40 items we have, an item 40 like this we have, and we'll have some common styling also again. Save it, go back to this index, go live, and this time we have nothing, no styles are there, but only the background is there. We don't have any width or all those things we don't have. Okay, why we don't have? Because we are going to now see some very important things. Okay, so and those things are like one thing. We are going to learn about the justify item, align item, all those things which we have already seen there in your Flexbox. But Flexbox, actually, there are only three things are there. Here we have all the things. We have justify items, so we have align items. So justify content also, align content also, align self also, justify self also. So in Flexbox, we have only, I think, three of them here. And here we have only align self. Okay, here we have only align self. Okay, so that is there. And so but here one more benefit is there. See, Flexbox is unidirectional or one direction. Grid is two direction or bi-direction. Okay, two direction or bi-direction. So what is the benefit of this, of the grid? We don't have to worry about this. Okay, so justify content will change from main axis to the cross axis if I do flex direction as column. No, we don't have to worry about it. Justify content will always be on the main axis, and justify, it means, see, it is written here, justify is always on the row axis and align is always on the column axis. There is nothing like main axis and cross axis. Justify always on the row axis and align always at the column axis. Okay, so that is like that. So that's why sometimes I feel grid is much more easier than Flexbox. Okay, so dot container as display of grid and grid and gap of 20 pixel and grid template column of repeat 10 comma 1 fr, and do save it, and it will show like this. Okay, and one more thing I'll do, I will open my inspector. And as I told yesterday also, grid, you cannot learn grid without this browser. This is a special browser known as Firefox Developer Edition. This is not Chrome, this is not Firefox, this is Firefox Developer Edition. Without this, learning grid is very difficult. Okay, so download this browser. So see, because these lines and all, they don't come in any other browser. So the moment I do this thing, this line here, it will show me the lines of the grid. So this is not possible in any other browser. So again, this thing is there. And again, we are going to learn from, there is a very good article from, again, CSS tricks. So we have seen an article from CSS tricks site on Flexbox. This is a very good CSS site, that's CSS tricks. So we are going to see now CSS grid. Okay, so grid I'm going to say, and generally the, okay, so second third is there. So CSS grid, and again, this is a very good good article, and you can quickly go through it. Means you can quickly go through it, and it is a very good reference actually. So very good reference. So that is there, and see, all those things are there which we have learned in the previous class. All those things are there. See, here also it is coming very down, means a lot down. Yeah, okay. So this justify item is there. So first we're going to learn about justify item. Justify item is what? Justify item is along grid items along the inline row axis when the item or boxes, whatever is there. Okay, align aligns item along inline or the row axis. Okay, So let us do that and see. It is like this, it is showing, and that is all done. And then I am going to do one more thing as ITM as background is white. Item is like everything. ITM is like everything. I'm making the background as white. So item classes with everything. So background is white I made. Then I'll do the justify items as start. Justify items as start I'll do. So see what will happen. Everything, see, this box is there. This box is there. And here we have this as a start, justify items as start. So everything has moved to the start, and the background is white. Okay, everything has moved to the start. Now we can move this to the end also. And also we have moved, okay, and so it will move to the end. Then we can move it to the center also, but it will move inside this box only, nowhere else it will move inside this box only. Center I'll do, and it will move the center. Then what I'm going to do, then I'm going to do as by default it is stretch. If you give it, then also it is stretch, or if you don't give it, then also it is stretch. And give it, and it will be stretch. By default it is stretch. So this has all these four properties, okay, and there is no, it will not change anything like this. So now we are going to learn about the align item. Just like justify item, we have align items also. So we'll go here and learn about the align items. So align items, it is the opposite of justify item. Of course, it's along the column axis, which is from top to down. It's the column axis. So, but to learn this, we have to change this a bit. Okay, grid template column is there, and repeat is there and all, and we have to make a grid template row also. Grid template row repeat 5,100 pixel, and justify items I will make it as end and save it, so it will show like this. Okay, because it is top to down, we have to do this thing. And now background is white. And now what we have to do, okay, justify items is end, and align items is like start. Align items is like start. Is there align items start I'll do, and it will move to the start. So now it will move from the top to down. Alignment of start I have done, so it has moved to the start. Then align items and it will move to the end. Then align items center, it will move to the center. And now align item stretch, it will move to the stretch. Okay, it will move to the stretch like this. Okay, so that is there. Now now there is one more thing. So if I make both of them as center and this one also as center, if I do, so see, it will move to the center like this, it will show. So that is there. That is a very cool trick, because to move anything to the exact center is not that much easy. So that is there. But now we are going to see the justify content and the align content. And what are, for that we'll do one thing. I will do this as stretch, and I'll do this as stretch, save it. So it will show like this complete thing. Okay, so that is there. And now what we're going to do, we are going to look into those justify items and all those things. Okay, so justify content, justify content we are going to look. So what is this justify content? Justify content is sometimes the total size of the grid might be less than the size of the grid container. So that is very important thing. And it actually justify content and align content are much more powerful. They move the whole of the whole things in together. See, align content and that it was moving inside the box, but it will move the whole of the items as a whole, and you'll see that it is much more beneficial. Okay, so for that, to see this, we have to change it a bit. So align item repeat, I will do some pixel thing. Okay, I'll do some pixel thing, repeat 5 times and 100 pixel, and this is 5 times 100 pixel. And let us have a border also, border 10 px solid black. I'll do and save it, and this has been saved. Line item stretch, the stretch is done, background white is done. Okay, so that is there. And then so now our grid container, this what they are saying, it is justified. Sometimes the total size of grid might be less than the grid container. Okay, so total size of grid is less than the grid container is like this. This is the grid container. Total is a grid container, and it is size of the grid is like it is before that. So that is what they mean. So let us do that. Justify item stretch and align item as stretch. And now we are going to do a justify content as start. Justify content as start. I'm going to so to move to the start, and then start only. By default it is start only, and then justify content as end, and it will move to the end. See, everything is moving to the end of the containers. This is it. That's why it is much more powerful. You are moving whole thing at once. Okay, then I will have the justify content as center. Move to the center. Move to the center. Hello, Prem. Okay, so hello. So that is done. Now, what else? So center is moved to the center. Now we have space around and all those things like Flexbox. We have all those things also. For that also means 500 pixel. Okay, it is okay. Stress. So I will have this space around. So see, it will have this space around. Then I will have this space between. Will have this space between, and then space evenly. I will have this space evenly like this, and okay, so this is like this is there, and so this is done. Now we'll look into the align content. So align content is again opposite to justify content. So it is like the along the cross along the column axis. If there is no main or cross axis there. Okay, column axis means top to down. So align content is like this. Sometimes total size of the grid might be less than the grid of the container, but it is on the top to down. We are saying that thing. Okay. So now to see this thing, we have to reduce the number of items and the height also. So we have to reduce it till here till 10. Only 10 items will be there. First thing is that only 10 items is there, and then I will come here and here I will have a height of 500 pixel. I am going to have, and grid template column, and will not have a items grid template rows. We don't have because we have this height. We won't have this here. Just stress and space between. I'm going to have between. I'm going to have, and then I'll go back here. So it will show like this actually. Okay, it will show like this, and now it's time to do the align content. Okay, align content as start. I'll do save it, so it will move to the start. So it will all of this will move to the start. Then align content, I'll do the as end. It will move to the end. It will move to the end. Then align content as center. It will move to the center. Okay, so that is there. Now stretch we have already seen. What by default it is stretch. So we'll look into the space around and all those things, but again for that we have to have a bit of more items. So we are going to have items till this. I'm going to have 21, and so we'll have a bit more. Now we can see this space between and space around and all those things. So we are going to go here, and then I'm going to do a space around. I'll do so. See, this space around is there. Then we are going to have a space between. So the space between will be there, and space evenly. We are going to have a space evenly. Will have this thing, space evenly. So that is done. Now we are going to look into the individual properties. So we have look into all of these properties. Now there are individual properties of align self and justify self also in grid. So that is the thing which we are going to see, and that is where this right hand side is there all the individual properties. So we have this thing. Okay, so masonry layout. They have also tell about the masonry layout. What is this? Mason. Okay. So yeah, fun units and all they've given. Okay, so this is the justify self and align self. We have both of them. So justify self is like justify items. Actually, it is not. Uh, it overrides the no. It is overrides. It might be written here align graded. Okay, okay. It's override the justify items as far as no. Okay. So let us do that. And for that again, what is their height is okay, and this is okay. This is okay. Stress. This let both of them be a space between, and that is okay. So we can now target the individual one. So individual one, maybe we will target the eighth one. We are going to target, and so it is like ITM 8. Let us change the background here. Background maybe not red will not look good. It will be yellow. Yellow will be there, and justify self is start. Justify self is start. And if I save it, so see, it will move to the start. Why cannot you share this video to your friends? I'll be more than happy. Ask all of your friends to come and subscribe to my channel. Okay, the people who have not subscribed, please do subscribe. So this is why I'm doing it on YouTube, so that it can reach to more and more people, and they can learn from it. They can become a web app developer using this. See, a lot of people have become web app developer just by seeing this. I do paid courses also, but a lot of people have become web app developer. They have got internship doing from my channel. Okay, so maybe I should show some of them. Okay, so if you have told, because it is all about doing these projects and all. Okay, so yeah. So one person, he was just following me on YouTube only. So he was selected as a month stack developer in a local startup company. He was from a mechanical person. He was totally from a mechanical background, and he got a very good, he was very happy. I'm in contact with him. He didn't want to tell his name, and he contacted me on WhatsApp. So that is there, and a lot of other things have happened. Okay, I think I have missed some of those things. A student getting internship, so people are getting internship in big companies following my React series. He has got internship in VMware following my React thing. So that is like this, some of these things do happen, and I do feel really great about these things. Okay, so thank you all and for that, and do tell spread the love, spread to everyone, because I'm here to make 10,000 people web app developer in 2022, and YouTube is the main platform for me. Okay, whatever my paid courses are, I cannot teach everyone. Even if everyone want to come in my paid courses also, I cannot teach everyone. I have a limited bandwidth there, and I do corporate batches also. So that's the reason I have limited bandwidth. But YouTube, I'm doing daily. I'm doing this month-long courses to make everyone web app developer. After this CSS, I'm going to have JavaScript. After JavaScript, there will be React week. So these weeks are there every month. I'm doing these weeks, and people are becoming developers. People are getting jobs because of that. Okay, someone also got in some other very big company. I'm not remembering. He also pinged previous week. Okay, so that is there, and do share it in your college, share it in your WhatsApp groups, everywhere. Share this YouTube channel. Okay, everywhere. Okay, and because I do something which not most of the people do, I nurture you on WhatsApp also. I have WhatsApp groups and all these things, and you come there and you can ask me any questions and all this. These things nobody does. Maybe I'm a bit small right now, maybe I'm doing, but I will do it in the future also. This is not like this. I'm also hiring teachers, so that I can keep on doing these things, so these things won't stop. Okay, so this thing won't stop. So justify self start I have given, and then I can do the justify self as end. I'll do, and so it will move to the end. Then justify self as center I'll do, and it will move to the center. So see, it is like this justify items only, okay, but it is overriding that thing, okay. So can justify stretch. If I can do the stretch stretch, and it will do the stretch, okay, it will do the stretch, and this is like this. Thank you all. And we are going to have a lot of projects also, because a lot of you have asked for projects. I had a lot of projects on my channel, but I'm not doing that live for some time. But we are again going to start doing CSS projects, which you all people love, JavaScript projects, which you all people love, React.js projects, which all people love, and all of them are now, from now onwards, is everything will be certifications only on my channel. As I've told you earlier, everything will be certification, okay. Yeah, everyone is eligible to be a web developer nowadays. It doesn't matter. Even the biggest of the company have given up the criteria. See, people are like in USA, in those companies are in India also, like Google and fan companies. There they cannot even have those criteria, because their college is very costly. And web app development, or any development, doesn't require to have a college degree. You can easily work. India, maybe service companies you can't get into, but service companies are not the end. Service companies are very less, and this is the age of startup. Any startup can take you. If you have good React skills, I will take you. I have an opportunity for React.js developers, a lot of opportunity. I don't get people, although I teach a lot of people, but most of them find job even before my course is over. I'm talking about my paid course, I'm talking about my YouTube. Even before my courses are over, they get a job, because we don't only teach in my courses. I don't only teach, and we don't only teach. We tell them to create a portfolio and all those things, and all those things are there. There are different things are there. So anyone can become arts, mechanical. So most of my courses are done by electronics engineer. So right now I have a physical batch in which all electronics engineers are there. So those things happens. It doesn't matter which background you are there. Jobs are way too much, and everything is moving to digital. So jobs are not going to stop in the future. In fact, in the future, every other jobs is going to convert into an IT job. So the opportunities will not end, because metaverse is coming. Okay, so that is there. Opportunities will not end, and might have something related to metaverse also in the channel. Everyone is eligible. Even housewives are eligible. Everyone is eligible. So even if you are a 10th pass, okay. So recently, one of the biggest companies, Zoho, someone from Zoho, he was a security guard. He was not even 10th pass, and he was seeing everyone is doing very good code. This is the real story. Zoho means, maybe I can show, means I think we have a bit of time. So Zoho. Zoho is like a big company. Zoho is a big product-based company in the south, and it is way too big. Okay, Zoho security guard. So this was a big news actually. Okay, from security guard to tech officer, Zoho employee story. So let's see this story. He is a security guard. Means he was a security guard. He was not even 10th pass. He became a developer in Zoho, which is one of the biggest company in the south. It is one. It is a really big company. Zoho is a really big company. It is a totally a product based company. People die to work in this company. This company is totally different kind of a company. This is means it is it is from a village and all those things. That is a different. And see, this guy has become. So he just told his employees that, okay, I am a security guard. I want to become a developer. They taught him. In 2 years, he become an employee. So like, okay, he is only 8th pass. So anyone can become. It is not like that. Just you need to have a passion. I am a writer also. A lot of my books are sold in US. Okay, because they're very costly. And for US it is not costly. And some of the people who uses are waiters there. They're waiters literally, and they are reading that book and becoming software developers. I know a person. Okay, so that is like that. Anyone can become. So enough of this thing. Okay, so what we are going to do now, so align self, we are going to look into the last thing, which is the align self. And align self we are going to look. Okay, so for align self, maybe I'll increase it a bit to, okay, it is okay. Align self 20. Then justify item, align item, justify content, align content, and item 8 is like this. So now we are going to look, okay, height is 500. Okay, we have to have some rows also here. Okay, before that, grid template rows, I'm going to have repeat 2 times 1 FR, then I will have a 300 px and 1 FR. I'm going to have save it. So I will have like this now. So let me do this, and item 14 I'm going to have item 14, and background is pink, and align self is start, and self is start. So see, it will move to the start. So it will now move from the top to down. Start, then align self is end, to move to the end, then I can move it to the center, move to the center, and like this I can do, and stretch by default it was stretch. So this is all of these things, and you need to do a lot of practice of this CSS Grid. How? One thing is that I have told there is a CSS Grid garden game is there that you can play, and the main thing is that you have to do some front-end mentor challenges, and we are soon going. I have a lot of front-end mentor challenges on my channel. You can see that, and then start doing it on your own. That is the only way to learn grid. Okay, and the other thing is that we are again going to start the front-end mentor challenge, so you can think, how we create those, how we take those PhDs and create those sites. Okay, so that will come soon. Okay, so that will be there. Now we are actually done with grid, but we are going to create a website with grid in only 10 minutes. Okay, and we're going to use that min-max property which we have seen, and this website will be like a photo gallery, and photo galleries are not that much easy to make. Okay, so because almost all of these things will be a photo gallery. Okay, so almost all JavaScript is next week beginners to advanced. So those who don't know, first week on my channel is always CSS beginners to advanced, second week JavaScript beginners to advanced, and third week is React.js beginners to advanced. This is fixed. Everything else over it will keep on increasing, changing, but these three things are fixed, always fixed, and this I'm doing for the past 5 months. So this is the first week. So JavaScript is starting from 11th, React is starting from 18th. Okay, so this is there, and now we are going to make the last thing, which will be a project. So let me write it as grid 7. Yes. And index.html and style.css, and this is actually photo gallery link CSS is there, and I'm going to have some a different body. I'll explain the body. So what will be there? So because we are going to have some style, some real project here now. Okay, so enough of this learning thing. Let us apply that in a project. So what I have right now, and link is there. Okay, so let me also go live. What we have here, we have this cool looking site we have, and what we actually have, we have a div of class album, a very big div which is wrapping everything with the name is albums. It is wrapping everything. Then we have a lot of div with class of item, so it's immediate children. See, when you do grid or flexbox, it is very important to think like that. Okay, this is its children, this is what is its direct children. So albums direct children is album, div of class of album, and this album has one img is there which have this image and all, and the other is this div with album details which have got other things, h2p, P and all these things. Okay, image and S2P. And image is just we're getting some random image. So this album has got two children, image and this, because we're going to apply grid on this. And this again, this album, a lot of albums are there. Some of them have a small description, some of them have big descriptions, and all of these things are there like this. And okay, so all of these things have, and so all of these things have. So they are there. Now what? Now we will have some common styles. That's okay. So we'll have the same styles which we are having for so long. So that same styles we're going to have, because the background is very cool in that style. You can also use that in your project, that cool background. So I'll do this and save it, and see this cool background will come, but nothing else we have done. Only this background is cool is there, because this is a gradient background. This is coming from a gradient. So this is there. Now the other thing which we are going to do, we're going to come here and do the dot ALBUM albums and display of grid. And as I've told, we are going to use the autofit thing. Okay, autofit thing we are going to use, which you have learned I think previous class. And I've told you this is the most important line in CSS Grid, because that with that we can do a lot of sites. Okay, it is not like we can do all the site, but sites like this which are like photo galleries, and photo gallery is very common. You go to Instagram, it's a photo gallery. You go to any site, means like a lot of sites are photo gallery. Like you see your pictures on your mobile, the gallery view is there. That is also coming from something like this. Okay, the gallery view is there. Okay, so that is there. And display grid I have done, and then the grid template column I'll do, and then here I'll do a repeat of auto fit min max. It is like 300 pixel or 105. So min max thing, all of these things I've told earlier. So it will do the auto fit and min max 300 pixel and 105. And one more important thing is that what are its children? Its children are this div of albums. So a lot of albums are there. So this complete thing will be its children. So now I will save it and see. It is already okay. Let me make it a bit bigger. Not this one. Make this one a bit bigger. Look much better. See, with only this line, actually 90% of my work is done. It is already showing as a very good photo gallery. Very good photo gallery it is showing. Everything like a 3 layout, and it is also completely responsive. See, even in the mobile bit is responsive, completely responsive. So a complete responsive layout is done, but it still is not showing good. So we are going to do it for use a grid further. Okay, and let us do a gap of 5 pixel. I want a bit of gap also here. Save it, so gap will be there. Now I want to do this album dot this album. We are going to use this album also. This album we are going to make this also grid. So but before making this album as grid, I'm going to show it as a box, so that it is a bit differentiated. So we a bit different color we are going to use. So album I am going to do, and I'm going to do a background of RGBA 255, not 254, 255, 255.1. So this is a like a transparent kind of a background I'm going to have with this. And if I save it, see a transparent kind of a background I'm going to have. And now I'm going to also have a padding of 20 pixel. Padding of 20 pixel I'll do. So see, now it is looking much more better. Padding of 20 pixel. So it is looking much more better. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this also grid. And what I want to do, I don't want this kind of style. I want the picture to be on the left hand side, and this all details to be on the right hand side. Okay, so now we are going to see one more thing. If I make this album as a grid, so it has got two children. This is very important to understand. Or two children, one is this image children and one is this div children. So two immediate children, and inside this div only I am going to have this thing. So if I make this as grid, it has got two children only, image and div. These are not its children, these are its children. These are children of album details. So this is very important thing to understand in grid also and Flexbox also, which is its direct children, which are its children, not the grandchildren, which are its children. It is very important to understand its children, and it is very easy to understand what are children. Okay, so that is there. Now we are going to do as display of grid I'll do, and then I will do a grid template column of, not repeat, we are not going to use repeat now. we are going to use as 150px and 1fr, 150px and 1fr, and a gap of 10 pixel. Yeah. Grid template column. So I'm creating two columns. One is that 150 pixel, 150, because this whole thing is of 300 pixel. So 150 pixel for the image and 1 fr for the details and whatever there. So this is like this I'll do. So this I've done, but a bit of different thing is it is not coming correctly because it is taking it completely. So there is a problem with not grid, there is a problem with images. So images, when we do something like this, we try to put it in a grid, we have to make the width as 100%. This is a problem with images. So I have actually, for the images also, I have a class. So this album artwork class is there. So I'll go here, and this dot album artwork I'll do, and width of 100% I'm going to do 100%, and then I'm going to save it. See, now it is showing correctly, and now our whole site is done. Okay, so this is like this, and completely responsive site it is there, completely responsive and very good looking. In fact, you can use it in almost everything. Okay, so that is like this, it is like this, it is straight. Okay, so okay, forward to give the Google form. And one more thing is that I'm going to take attendance today, but the certificate will be given tomorrow, until tomorrow afternoon or what. So you need to see all of these things to you can see the replays and all also to get the certificate, and you can see yesterday's one also if you missed it, and you can fill that to get the certification by maybe by tomorrow afternoon we are going to give. Okay, so this 5 I'm going to do, make a copy, and then 5 I'm going to do and send. Mark your attendance here, mark your attendance here, and that's it. And what else? So we are done with today's class also, and we're done with everything. So we have done everything like CSS and all we have done, and go through this, and but you have to practice a lot. Okay, this is I have teach only the theoretical, because I teach everything from CSS basics like normal CSS, Flexbox, Grid, and all these things you need to know. But you have to go here in this front end mentor site, and the more practice you do, more better you will become. Front end mentor site you have to go. I don't know why it is not opening. frontendmentor.io site you have to go, and you have to do the newbie project. So what are the newbie project? So you go here, and you go to this challenges, and then here you do the filter by, do the free and newbie. There will be around how much, 16 17, okay, there are 16 projects to precise, 16 projects, and you create all of the 16 projects. And if you create the 16 project with Flexbox or Grid, whatever you like, I will say try both of them, Flexbox and Grid. And if you create this 16 project on your own, you can become really expert. But first time you are going to, means you are going to a bit struggle with this, you will not get the mentality of it, how to do that, how to do this thing. So what to do in those cases? In those cases, what you need to do is like okay, I will give a playlist. So first go through that playlist, and then only then you can go through this, because I'm not telling it to go use it that only. Okay, so front end mentor, you go through my playlist. I have a playlist, go through that playlist, and I've tried to solve a lot of these questions. So you a lot of these sites, you go to this, and this is as close to as production it is there. But as close to production is that if you go to any of the challenges, you'll get the PSD file, Photoshop file. You get the Photoshop file, and you will get the design, and you just have to create it. You just have to create it, and this is how it works in real industry also. Designers gives you design. You don't have to create the design. Designers will give you design. You go and you have to create the HTML and CSS. Okay, so all those things are there. Okay, so those are there, and with this, I think hope you like this CSS series, and we're going to have this JavaScript series tomorrow. In the next week, it will be from 11th, and 18th is the React, and 25th I am not yet decided, but I will decide maybe soon. But will be there on 25th. But that is what is the all the things are there, 11th and 18th. So this is fixed every month. Do please come and do that. Come and do those things, because those are the three things which are required. If you attend my Saturday workshop, I have a Saturday workshop also at 3 p.m. Some of you might don't. So all of you, I think you know, every Saturday at 3 p.m. I have this workshop, and I have some big plans for that one. That also are there. So that I'm going to tell later on. So those are there, and do come there if you want. If you're a complete beginner, you do come there, and I do share some other things also there regarding to your career and all. So do come there and do learn it. And with this, I will end today's stream. Thank you all for attending, and you will get the certificate soon. Thank you. Bye.